The galactic snub? Humanity's burning questioning the vast and glittering halls of the Galactic Confederation. Captain Alex Reed could feel the eyes of 100 different species tracking his every step. It was humanity's 10th year. As a member of the Confederation, but sometimes it felt like their first week at a new school, always watched, always judged. Yet today, Reed had bigger worries than gossip or alien etiquette. Today, the galaxy's oldest, most secretive species, the Valthasians, had once again refused a direct meeting with Earth. Reed strode into the diplomatic chamber aboard the starship Intrepid, his boots echoing off the polished floor. He glanced at his diplomatic officer, Dmitry Volkov, and science officer, Yasmin Khan. Both looked as unsettled as he felt. The air practically crackled with tension. Still nothing from the Valthasians. Reed asked, lowering his voice. Volkov shook his head, not so much as a wave. They acknowledge Earth's signals, but their envoy never arrives. It's been the same since our induction. Khan peered at her datapad. Their official stance is always insufficient cause for contact, which is nonsense, considering they meet with every other Confederation species. Even the Taurolans who tried to eat the ambassador last year. Reed snorted. Maybe we didn't bring a big enough fruit basket. The door opened with a soft chime and Durillian diplomat Zeal entered, violet skin glistening under the artificial lights. She smiled, her wide eyes and too many fingers giving her an awkward charm. Captain Reed, Lieutenant Volkov, Officer Khan, thank you for your patience. The Valthasians are still unavailable for direct talks. Reed suppressed his frustration. We're grateful for your help, Zeal, but surely you can tell us something. Why are they avoiding us? Zeal hesitated, shifting her weight uncomfortably. There are traditions. The Valthasians are the eldest race in the galaxy. Their knowledge and memory stretch beyond even the archives of the Confederation. They believe Earth is problematic. Khan raised an eyebrow. Problematic how? Zeal's voice dropped. They say humans are never alone. That wherever your kind walks, something walks with you. Reed scoffed, but Volkov and Khan exchanged a glance. Something walks with us? Reed repeated. Is that supposed to be poetry? Zeal shook her head. The Valthasians do not write poetry, Captain. Reed rolled his eyes and motioned Zeal out. When the room was empty, he muttered, This is ridiculous. If the oldest race in the galaxy is scared of us, I want to know why. That night, Reed lay awake, staring at the curved ceiling of his quarters. He tried to shake Zeal's words, but they lingered. He glanced at his cum unit, then sighed and called Volkov. Dmitri, did you dig up anything on the Valthasians' problem with Earth? There was a pause. Actually, Captain, I did. Can you come to the science lab? Minutes later, Reed stood in the dim blue light of the lab as Volkov pulled up a hollow display. I cross-referenced old Valthasian scans with our historical data. Look, Earth, 15,000 years ago. A holographic image of a riverside settlement flickered above. The table. See these distortions, Volkov said. The Valthasians call them shadow presences. They've been observing these anomalies always around humans, always at moments of change or discovery. And they've never seen them anywhere else. Khan's eyes were wide. Are you saying the Valthasians think we're haunted? Volkov looked grim. Haunted, or accompanied. Reed stared at the swirling shapes on the image, feeling a chill crawl up his spine. What did the Valthasians know that no one else did? And why were humans never alone? The ancient watchers, the shadow in humanity's past. The next morning, the Intrepid's crew was abuzz with rumor. Reed, Khan, and Volkov locked themselves in the ready room, dissecting every scrap of information Volkov had dug up. The Valthasians' files leaked Confederation intelligence. Diplomatic cables, ancient scans pointed to a disturbing pattern. For tens of thousands of years, the Valthasians had monitored Earth. In every era, every major leap fire, writing, flight, the infinite shadowy anomalies appeared near the inventors, the dreamers, the desperate. Here's the first steam engine, Khan pointed out, showing a grainy image of a 19th century workshop. And here's the same distortion. It's in every breakthrough, every crisis. Volkov added, the Valthisians call them entities adjacent to physical reality. They believe these things have influenced our development, maybe even shaped it. Reed stared at the hollow table, trying to suppress his skepticism. So, what, we have invisible helpers? Cosmic cheerleaders? Khan frowned. Or manipulators? We don't know their intentions. A Confederation assembly was called to address the growing tension. Every member race attended, except, as usual, the Valthisians. As the debate raged, Reed received a private invitation. The Valthisian envoy Nexus of Memories would appear, for the first time, to address humanity. When Nexus entered the Great Hall, silence fell. It moved with impossible grace, its iridescent carapace shifting with every step. It projected a vision, a swirling tapestry of energy, enveloping Earth, visible only to their senses. You are never alone, Nexus intoned, its voice echoing through a dozen translators. These entities cluster around your moments of inspiration, your moments of despair. We have seen them. We fear them. Reed stood. What are they? Why are you afraid? Nexus's compound eyes glittered. We do not know. They exist where we cannot follow. They are old, and they are patient. Afterward, Reed met with the Earth ambassador, his mind whirling. For the first time, he truly believed the Valthisians were not lying. But were they protecting themselves or trying to warn humanity about something far worse? Contact attempts, when the oldest species tried the following days, brought no answers, only more questions. Reed, Khan, and Volkov pored over the Valthisian records. One incident, from 12,000 years ago, stood out above the rest, a failed contact attempt with early humanity. The records described how a Valthisian research vessel had entered Earth's orbit, aiming to study the shadow entities up close. As soon as they landed, every sensor, every comlink went dark. The ship vanished from reality, no debris, no distress call, as if erased from history. Reed felt a cold knot in his stomach. They tried to reach us, and the entities responded. By erasing them? Khan nodded. According to the logs, the Valthisians have never lost a ship like that before or since. They interpreted it as a warning, do not interfere. Since then, Earth's system had been quarantined, observed only from a safe distance. The Valthisians never risked direct contact again, fearing a similar fate. It wasn't humanity that frightened them, it was what followed humanity. The data included centuries of observations, bursts of entity activity whenever humanity advanced or suffered. During world wars, during the moon landing, during the birth of artificial intelligence, the patterns intensified. Khan leaned forward. They're not just watching. They're shaping us, pushing us towards something. Reed's mind spun. But why? What do they want from us? The only answer came from Nexus of Memories, who met privately with Reed and Admiral Fraser in the Confederation's deepest archives. There, surrounded by the records of 1,000 civilizations, Nexus finally spoke plainly. They are building something. Through you. What are they building? Humanity as the experiment, revelation stunned Reed and Fraser. The shadow. Entities, Nexus explained, had guided humanity's leaps in quantum computing, artificial intelligence, and neural interface technology. The Valthisians' own scans showed entity activity accelerating in recent decades, matching every new human breakthrough. Our neural interface technology, Khan whispered. It's changing the boundaries between realities. Nexuses? Carapace darkened with fear. You're becoming a bridge. A conduit between worlds. The implications hit Reed like a punch. Every scientist, every dreamer who felt sudden inspiration, were they being nudged, used? Was humanity an experiment? A construction project for entities who saw the universe differently. Fraser struggled with the weight of the decision. Should we stop? Shut down the neural network? Destroy our advances? Nexus's reply was chilling. It may already be too late. The entities are gathering in numbers we have never observed. They are waiting for a threshold, a moment when a door can be opened. Reed, return to the intrepid Shaken. Are we the architects of our own destruction? Yes, Khan, quietly. Or our own ascension, she replied. Maybe both. Maybe that's what it means to be human. The choice, humanity, curiosity, and cosmic consequences, its leaders gathered for an emergency session. The Confederation begged them to shut down the neural interface technology, to slow humanity's relentless progress. But Reed knew the truth. Humanity had never listened to warnings, never turned away from the unknown. Admiral Fraser addressed the world. We stand at the edge of something vast and terrifying. We can retreat, or we can step forward. That is the legacy of our species. As the debate raged, Reed sat alone on the Intrepid's observation deck, watching the swirling blue and green of Earth far below. He thought of every leap in human history, every cave painting, every equation scrawled in the dark, every dream that led to the stars. The Valtosian fleet withdrew to a safer distance, their final message echoing through the galaxy. We will watch from afar. We hope you do not open a door that cannot be closed. The shadow entities grew denser, their patterns more complex. Reed felt their presence, not hostile, not kind, just curious, ancient, and inevitable. We were never alone, he murmured. We just didn't know who was with us. And as Earth crossed the final threshold connecting mind to machine, dream to reality, the galaxy's oldest race kept their distance, afraid not of humanity, but of what humanity might become. The end of the story is only the beginning. Asterisk.